There we go.
Hello once again, everybody. I'm Stephanie Hunter from Hamilton, New Zealand, and this is our lovely, lovely lady from Pi here, Karen Crichton. Karen, how are we today?
Hello, I'm really good. Really good. Yeah.
Marvelous, 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 marvelous. And I am very excited about this particular library that you have created. I'm more than excited. I'm in awe of it. This library that we're shooting the video for today, guys, is our crystal library. I have the pleasure of having this library and being one of the test dummies on it. And oh my gosh, wow, it has blown my mind. The effects, the benefits, the healing that I've seen come through from this library alone is astounding. But enough of me. Let's go to Karen. Karen, talk to us about the crystal libraries. What have we got in there, love?
Oh, we've got lots of crystals. So I'm just going to share screen and see if we can get this show on the road, because it's hang on, I've done something silly there. Hang on. Of course, as you can tell. Right, let's have a go. Let's find that. And then I need to just find the blurb. So we've got lots of the, so I'm just going to search for the crystal library and crystals. So as you can see, we've got a few there. So there's quite,
yes.
they are drop dead gorgeous. And so it's a very difficult one, isn't it, to actually explain how amazing they actually are. And I think, you know, that's the thing, is like, okay, the power of crystals blows my mind. You know, when you go, I don't know about you, but I've always loved crystal shops.
I love it when you walk into a crystal shop and you just overcome with the beauty of the energy that's within them.
Yeah, my very first crystal that I bought, I was must have been about 20, and I was in South Africa, and I was in sort of like a tourist shop, I suppose, but they had the most beautiful tiger's eye, and I bought this round crystal of tiger's eye, and it just feels amazing, you know. And so after that, of course, crystals at that time weren't very fashionable, or freely available. And then I remember the first time going to Glastonbury, and anyone who knows Glastonbury knows that it's Crystal Haven. You know, it's got every other shop's a crystal shop. So I found this beautiful crystal shop that it was like calling to me, you know, and there were so many crystals in there calling out to be bought. I had a field day that day, but they literally, they talk to you, don't they? Because you're a bit of a crystal fan too, aren't you?
Yeah. Funny enough, I was advised years ago that I need to study crystals, because I was advised back then by a seer that I would be using crystals a lot in my healing modalities. And I went, whatever. Whatever. They're just stones, aren't they? But no, they've never just been stones. And interesting enough, the very first crystal I ever bought was a tiger's eye, same as you.
How interesting is that?
Because the tiger's eye is one of the crystals for Aquarians, and both of us are Aquarians. So I didn't know that till years later. So the very first one that I was drawn to, that literally spoke to me. When I say spoke to me, you don't hear words through your ears, okay? You have this knowing, this communication. It's like communication going on. And this beautiful tiger's eye spoke to me back then and became a protected stone, as it protected me when I was traveling all those years ago. It's beautiful. And what I find with my crystals as well is that when they are ready to release me so they can go on to work with somebody else, they just disappear.
They do, don't they?
They just move, it's fluid.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, because one of my trips to Glastonbury, my husband bought me an amber, and it was a beautiful piece of jewelry. It was really, really stunning. And literally, I wore it for about 6 months, I think. And at the time, we were living on a canal boat near London, because I was working in London. And so amber is a very powerful stone too, and basically it helps with the throat chakra, and also worn as protection from evil. And there was some interesting stuff going on at that time, and so it helped me be protected from some political stuff that was going on within the business I was working in. I don't need to go into any more detail. But almost to the day when I finished working in that environment, I lost my necklace.
Yeah.
I knew exactly where I'd been. And I walked back, and it was only 5 minutes or so. And I walked back, and there was no one, as far as I could see, that had been along the canal path where we were, and it had gone. And obviously it went to someone else who needed its energy more than me.
Well, at all stages, we're never owners of anything. We're only guardians of stuff.
Yeah.
So this need to own and possess is and quite rightly so, it's dissolving, because it should never be in existence in the first place. But when we need energetic healing or items of energetic healing, they come to us fluidly, like the old infinity symbol. They come and they go. They come and they go. Yeah. Just as you're talking, Amber, I was just looking up your write-up on your the PDF file that you've done all the write-up. I'm just doing all the printing up. But the amber is the first words that popped out to me when I looked about the meaning of amber was it's a hex breaker. So they used to use it in the ancient times for breaking hexes. So it's amazing, eh? You've got hex breaker, bronchial disorders, for convulsions, asthma. It's been used for the plague as well. Stunning. And here I was thinking it was just tree resin.
Yeah, and the interesting going on there, just a realization actually. When I was working in this environment, I had really bad bronchitis.
Well, there you go.
And so that's quite, there's a story around that one too, but we don't need to go into that because we'll be here all day. So as you can see, peeps, we have, I think it's 53 different crystals in this library. And as I get attracted or attract more crystals into my environment, we will be adding more. Like all of the libraries, we will always you don't get charged any extra for any additions as they come along. Also, if any of you have any suggestions for a crystal I might acquire, then we can add those in too. So there's quite some unusual ones here and some of the usual things. So we got snowflake obsidian, we got amber, as I say. There's quantum quattro quartz, which is absolutely stunning. And then you got shungite and then tiger's eye.
Glorious.
Yeah. So they're very unique.
I want to check my attention just to see which one was it. Does it move now? And I think it's moved. And that's gone. Okay, that was there for a second. That's gone again. But some of these crystals I've never even heard of yet. Oh, here we go. There's charolite.
Charolite. Yeah.
Imagination. That's amazing because it's wow. I've never heard of it.
No, and it's very pretty. I mean, you know, that's the good thing about them. They're all very beautiful in their own right. And the thing is that you'll have the photos and things as you look through the information that we will send to you if you purchase the library. When it's all finished, made to look pretty, and made to look pretty. And I think, you know, if we look at charolite, anyway, charoite, it's a bit like coyote, charoite. It's actually if you have the actual stone, it's like you can have a conversation. And so you can hold a piece of charolite and ask a question. And what you can do with this in the library is you can have it playing, and it actually helps you access the information. And so it's,
wow.
Yeah. So it's something that learning more about these will help you use them in various different ways. And it's only as limiting as your own imagination.
Absolutely.
so they're wonderful crystals, and so yeah, just enjoy this library
Wow, guys.
because it's just so many ways of using it and so many ways of playing with it. You know, it's a
Love
bit
it.
like the
I love it.
angels. You
Love
know,
it.
playing with the angels. You know, and
Excellent. So guys, with this library, you're not only getting the crystal library, as Karen is showing you on screen right now, you're also getting the PDF file as well. And the PDF file gives you, you see how the library's got one sentence beside the name of the crystal. For example, I'm picking one that I can actually say, the green agate. It should say exactly one heart, and other lower chakras. Below that on your PDF, you're going to have a more in-depth discussion or description of what that particular crystal brings for you to work with. So you'll get the PDF with the actual library as well, which is fantastic. You don't have to know your crystals. You do not have to know your crystals. They are here through this device. They will step forward and help you regardless. So do you really know your people as per usual, or your client as per usual, the crystals, and then select the crystal libraries when you go into the additional libraries. And the crystals will read what they need, and they will step forward to help you with love and grace. You do not have to know what the crystals are about, but knowing what the crystals are about will deepen your understanding and knowledge and set your intention stronger. So, like Karen says, how far you go with this is totally up to your imagination.
Yeah, and remembering, so although we've got like Adamite stimulates hormonal system, which you can see at the top, it actually has a lot more. So this is just sort of like an indicator, but it's not the total thing. So you might find, oh, I don't need my hormonal system simulating, but what you'll find is oh, okay, I probably need it for fill in the blank. So, and of course I can't remember exactly what Adamite.
Just a bit of an example of what Karen's written here about the Adamite. It's the stone that enhances solar plexus and the heart chakras, aligning the two of them together. And by doing so, will can be synergized with feelings released from the heart, exposing wants, desires, and finding ways to pursue those said dreams. That's got nothing to do with stimulating the hormone system.
No.
Where the PDF, and I'm giving you one sentence out of a detailed paragraph on that one crystal. So this is a power-packed library. You could even simply treat people when the crystals alone if you really want to go that deep in crystals. It's like the meridians. You could just be an acupuncturist using the meridian points through your BioFeedback.
And if you're a crystal healer, what about using your crystals? But you could play the frequencies of those crystals to help with the flow of it all, you know.
Wow, it's just amazing. So once again, guys, how far you take this is totally up to your imagination and where you want to go with it. But this is a powerful, powerful, powerful library. I'm very excited, Karen. So thank you, Karen, once again for your amazing creation and for your amazing sharing.
This is my pleasure. I mean, it's such fun, and I think remembering as and when creating any magic with this and working with it, it's the intention you have with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Wonderful, guys. Thank you, Karen. Until
Thank you.
The next library, have fun.
Au
Have
revoir.
a great day. Love to all. Take care.